It's showtime.
BSnBEER Media, in association with STWF TV, the podcasting network.
Introducing the best in the world! Yeah!
That's right. We're back for another episode. You heard the man, best in the world. I am Dale. I am joined today by Metawatt. What's going on, bro?
What's going on with you, man? It's hammering time. Yeah, man, best in the world, man. Weekly dose of wrestling for everybody here. Like, share, and subscribe, man. STWF TV, man. Tune in for fabulous content every week, just about every day. BSnBEER Media, you know. Show them guys some love too. Subscribe to them as well, man. Fire, fire, fire.
Yeah, man. Yeah, look, we need to just come off the top rope with a little question real quick.
Love it.
Because, you know, watching Raw in particular this week, I think we saw a couple of things that we didn't like. Just from our conversation here, man. So let me share a screen, because my question was, what's one of your least favorite wrestling moves? And it just so happened that both of them came on the same show. So this is my least favorite wrestling move right here, the damn Cody Cutter. All right, I can't stand that damn bouncing off the rope, you know, with the cutting, bro. I can't stand it. All right. Number one, it's unrealistic. And Cody did it this week, and it's really, really bad because it was in a fight scenario. He was coming in to save his buddy. He's running down there. He blows past Solo, jump off the rope, and cuts him. I'm like, man, you're not going to do that in a fight.
I can agree with you here, man. This how many times can you perfect that move? That move may be a little bit crazy because of the way it's done. It's not a move like you've had moves in the past erased or, you know, cut off television. This can be one of the moves that is. I think it's an excellent move though.
Okay.
When WrestleMania 40 is coming around.
Okay.
And you need to beat the tribal chief.
All right.
So that has to be one of the moves that not only that it can't happen like during the match and then that's it. That has to be the setup for your finisher. I feel.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the move, but to what you're saying, I agree that just from a standpoint of I don't want nobody to get hurt.
Okay.
It only takes one wrestler for that move and Cody to be the worst person in the world. He's the best person in the world right now. Cody, you want to keep it that way. I always wondered how he can really get stuck to the fans, and this is it right here. You don't want to lose that.
Now, I asked you the same question, and this is the move that you said, the leg drop. Now, I'll be honest, this whole sequence was a mess.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Nia is like literally laying on the chair during a fight. Who the hell lays on a chair during a fight? And I'm sorry, on the table during the fight. Becky comes off the ladder and gets her down with the leg drop. But like you're not taking no naps during a fight, bro. What you doing?
Yeah, just sit there. Like you basically just like, oh, just sit here and just get leg dropped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if we know Hulk Hogan was a guy that fought for decades, and that move was the worst move in professional sports.
Yeah.
You have some worse moves probably, but the leg drop is just terrible. Like the big boot, we have to go through a big boot, a boot that's not really hitting you. You have to sit your leg. No. Terrible move, man. But that matchup right there, man, I don't understand why they keep continuing the Becky Nia rivalry, but I mean, hey, it's some good worthy watching wrestling. I can say that from two ladies is awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right, man. Well, let's get into this show here, man. Let's start off with some AEW talk.
Yes, let's get it in, man. AEW talk, man. AEW rose. They were overseas last night. They were in the mighty Canada. Now I'm disappointed in one of the matches that occurred. But I can understand why. The TNT title matchup between Adam Copeland, I guess that's what we got to call him now.
Yes.
And Christian.
Yeah, Taz slipped.
Cody over Roman, yes, Chris Ballard. And first day of Madness, and we're doing wrestling. Yes, you know why we're doing wrestling? First off, because if you just tuned in, I'm a BC guy. And BC's not in the tournament, so why do I care about this block right now that we got to provide and make sure our family eat, you know what I'm saying, and get to the top? Why would I take the day off?
That's right.
It's wrestling season.
It's wrestling season all the time.
Wrestling made madness. That's what you're not getting. You know what I'm saying? So, but yes, back to AEW, man. Go ahead, Dale. Sorry about that.
Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, that match, Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage, and yeah, Taz slipped and called him Edge. So it's
Will,
Christian
man,
Edge,
come on. Shout out to you, Will, where you're here. Don't get tired today, man. Flow with us. Watch it. Shout out to my man, Chili Will, man.
Yeah. All right. So, the match has some crazy spots, right? So the hockey fight with the jerseys that popped the crowd, of course, with the Canada jerseys or whatever it was.
Fire.
The ladder spots. He had a couple of different ladder spots, bro. So the one where they come down both on a ladder, almost like an X Factor kind of thing. That was a crazy bump. But then there was another one where Edge gets Christian upside down on the ladder. It's like he comes down on the little mechanism or whatever.
They was giving Canada the best time of their lives last night, man.
Yeah, man. But did that match go off before somebody said I quit?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought too. I'm like, what the hell happened? You know.
And you got Ed, and you got Copeland celebrating in the backstage area. You know, having his what moment? Having his WWE Championship moment again. And then we got introduced to Spike.
Yes.
Last night.
that's how it went off for me. Yeah, he got the introduction to Spike, and then it went off. It did remind me of back in the day. We gotta go. We're out of time.
We gotta go. We don't got no more time break. Vince McMahon's like, man, we going to 11:05, man, and that's the difference right there. And it's still the difference more than 25 years later. Shout out to Copeland. You know, obviously he gets to fight against his buddy. You know what I'm saying? And he get to go have one more hurrah. You know, as opponents, and it's interesting that they started them off as opponents because you would have thought, hey, bring them in as friends. But I just think that's what's gonna come with it. We'll see a little bit of this for a little bit more, but I think ultimately you have to finish it off, both of y'all, for y'all careers as a tag team one more time. And the division of AEW, I feel, needs a new breed in the tag team division.
For sure. I agree with that, man. Look, I think tag team wrestling as a whole is kind of down right now with the lack of actual, tag teams. I think it's always these mismatch kind of, tag teams.
I just think it's story writing. It's story writing. Like they don't want to put no time into tag team matches no more. I mean, shout out to the tag team matches that do go down, but I just think ultimately they just try to shy away from it, and the writers kind of like, AEW kind of get a free course in a sense, but it's still bad, and that's bad in itself. Like when you can kind of do whatever you want, you can fall off ladders and get hit with barbed wire and all that stuff, and it's still not right. I can get WWE's case somewhat, but in all, you need to kind of build the tag team division.
Ah, there you go. I forgot. Yeah, it was supposed to be 3 hours. I forgot.
Oh, that's what happened. And so they had the Rampage. They had Rampage live last night.
Yeah. Okay.
That must have been the Canada thing. because Rampage doesn't come on. Oh,
well, it's an NCAA thing on TNT and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. So they're booing these motherfuckers off.
Yeah.
Like y'all not getting that Friday slot. Oh,
yeah.
Tony, you gotta fix that.
There's no Saturday show this week either. So yeah, that returns on.
Okay, that makes sense, Chris. Shout out to Chris, man. You here, man? Appreciate you, man. See you running now, commenting down the road. And for your comment earlier, Cody is gonna beat Roman Reigns. Like if they waste, if they do this to Cody one more time,
I'm coming back. I'm coming back to it. Trust me.
We're gonna come back to it, man.
Yeah, we coming back to it. I promise you.
Yes, sir, man.
So okay, Mercedes Moné. It looks like she's going to take on the TBS champ. Now, I'm thinking the reason they're doing this is because they want to boost his title back up to when Jade had it. Because once Jade dropped it, it kind of took a dive.
Yeah, it kind of took a dive, and that was the most popular thing about the title. So I agree with you, Bill. I definitely agree with you on that. They have to build. I guess they have to build it up. I mean, Toni Storm is riding good with that title right now. Yeah. The way she's doing business. The way this persona of her, you know, that she's wanted to do forever is finally clicking. You can't take it off her now. But you couldn't put Mercedes in a spot where she can hoist this title and they kind of be like, hey, we got our Jade. And this is Monet. So I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, the storyline continues to be crispy. And wrestlers both in the ring can put on a good match. That's what ultimately comes down to. Now, she can talk how much she wants. She can have running attacks and all that stuff. But ultimately, we know that Sasha comes blazing. Yeah. But this is a different beast. This is a different organization. This is that and there. You got somebody in Julia. She's a great talent. Let's see if you can make some money off it.
Yeah, for real, man. For real. Let's see, man. I think it'll be good for the division as a whole. I think she can boost some people up. I think we're already seeing it with Willow, for sure. Yeah,
you're definitely seeing it with Willow, and that's what's coming. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, that's what's coming. And the thing about the AEW is you get that mixed breed of the indies, where you get people that on the indie circuit or going back to the indie circuit, you know, and they're coming back and reliving these matches on live TV. Yep. This is what the AEW is giving us now. Something that if you are not a real wrestling fanatic, you never thought this was here. You would say this is the first time they're fighting. No, they've had about 15 fights already. Right. You know, so they're definitely excited to see. And she did mention that she has unfinished business with Willow and she kind of wants Willow to be 100%. So that when that opportunity comes, you know, you injured me. Now I got to get my payback.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So maybe we get a heel turn at some point. But
you know, it's infamous. The infamous is the turn. But you turn her or do you turn Willow?
Willow is too freaking sweet, bro. Like,
Do you turn?
Yeah.
But it sounds so cliche because you got somebody on the other side of Nia Jax who you don't kind of want to go that route. So yeah, I mean, Mercedes has played the role before of the villain. So it's okay she's the villain.
Yes.
That's probably gonna bring her more money in this business than just being smiley all the time. CEO. You know what I'm saying? CEOs are usually mean sometimes. So I can see the turn.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look, she got that attitude. She got nothing. Exactly. The sass. Like, my goodness. Like, ooh, out of her, bro. I'm telling you.
Will be more of an interesting opponent, Chris says, for Jade, Mercedes or Bianca. It'll be Bianca. Because you match the strength right there.
Yes.
That's a matchup like you're sitting here like, you don't need the riders for it. But you're going to have them. But you can, if they're waiting for Jade to just put on Masterpiece in the ring, then they're doing the right thing with her. And you know what I'm saying? They don't want no, this is what I'm saying, they don't want no mistakes. When you have a caliber wrestler like Bianca Belair, a ladies wrestler that we ain't seen, not only with wrestling, really not but athletic ability, like the real athletic strength. You haven't seen anybody like that since probably like China.
Right.
In terms of Bianca Belair. Right. So, you know, you picture that. And you got to think about it. China, too. China didn't really have a lot of moves. But you can dominate. The only thing is Bianca's not fighting against the men nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But the interesting matchup just for physique and all that would be Jade versus Bianca Belair.
Yeah, that's money, man. You put them two in the ring.
No match for Bianca.
We saw it at what Royal Rumble, right? They squared off kind of against each other, like So look,
see a face off. We want to see the square off. I just think that WrestleMania might be calling it because Bianca still, and we're gonna get to it, has no opponent yet.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. So real quick, going back to last night here, Toni Storm actually lost the match last night, and I thought that was weird to make her take the pin. I mean, I get the whole, thing about their side losing, fine, but Mariah May is right there. She can take whatever pin and be fine. This is your champ.
Yeah. That's kind of weird, but at the same time, you gotta up and you gotta make this title match interesting because we know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Toni Storm versus Purrazzo, and you gotta amp this up. Now it sucks that she took the pin and your homie could have took the pin, but hey, you take the pin. Now hopefully you can get eyes on this matchup here. This is the prime women's title, right? And probably on the same night that y'all fighting, maybe Mercedes is fighting. So you definitely want to put some air into this balloon here.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad that she got pinned last night. As long as that title's still on her waist for the time being, I know for sure she's not losing her. She's not losing the title. Maybe, but I don't think so. I like Deonna. I like Deonna Purrazzo.
But it kind of looks like Thunder Rosa just got like the rocket strapped to the back, like when she came back, and they kind of just put her in that main event kind of picture, without a whole lot of background to it. I'm not a big fan of that part. I get she never lost the title, and she was injured and all that kind of stuff, but that was a long time ago.
Right, and that can play. I mean, you got so many. That can play part into this storyline. Actually, I mean, she can cost her the title.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and it could be some friction going on there because the way they pull her and other girl Chris Statlander, the way they brought both of them back was kind of like y'all.
I kind of understood it.
Rosie, you kind of pin her in there, but yeah, I just feel like you're doing the same things with the same people. You can't do that.
I understood it with Statlander because you needed somebody big enough to stand across from Jade that can take that title.
Yeah.
So that part made sense once I found out, her contract was up. So that was fine. But yeah, like Thunder Rosa, like it was a long time ago, in my mind at least, that she was a champion. Yeah. And I don't think she's just been right back into the title picture.
I think the directive, the way that they and this I seen a little bit off like in social media and all that. There was times where she was disgruntled. People were asking her like, "Well, what the job is?" I think it's kind of like they got into an agreement that maybe you're not going to chase the title right here, but we'll pitch you around the people that are hot in the organization right now, and we're seeing that. But now it's going to get tricky. Is directive? Which way do you go with her? Knowing that you're going to have Purrazzo as the #1 contender.
Yeah.
So I think there's some sneaky business about to happen.
Yeah. We did see Okada get the Continental
title from Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
It's about time Eddie lost the title. It's about time. Putting up excellent work in the ring. This came off a strong showing against Bryan Danielson a couple weeks back. Yeah, it was about time that somebody took something from him. You're building up the New Japan brand, which is dope. So I ain't even mad at it.
Yep.
Eddie Kingston still got 2 different titles, man. So I think you got the Strongman Championship, and then you got the ROH.
Yep, that's true. That's true. He still got titles. What do you think about Matt and Nick Jackson with Okada? I think it's helping him for as far as being a heel.
Yeah, it's helping him. I'm still at the fact that they're heels.
Okay.
I'm still over here trying to figure out what is. I know they run some of the place and all that, but what is the angles here? Like it's different. I can understand that, but I don't know what these guys are doing, man. But I mean,
it's similar to what we're doing. Well, I mean, wrestling has done this forever.
Yeah.
Bosses, you know, getting
bosses. They look like Vince and Shane.
Yeah,
but that's at the same age. They're both the same age, kind of.
Yeah.
with the pink and blue. One had a pink suit on, one had a blue suit on. Like,
yeah. They're obnoxious.
Their mic work is outstanding.
Yeah.
It makes it believable that these guys are just snobs because you know the background, about them, man. But the way they're bringing in people like that, hey, that's the persona now, man. You upping guys in the company. Like I think they've had their running their course of being the guys in the company. They're gonna build somebody up or build two people up. You got to build people in this company.
Yeah, you got to, man.
You got to build people. You can't just keep people stale.
Yep. Because look, man, we like the new thing. We always like the new thing. So yep. All right. You got anything else on AEW?
The fact it was pointless to have Chris Jericho versus Hook yesterday. Like I said last week with Chris Jericho, it's getting a little too old, man. It's getting a little bit too old. And that's what I see, man. Indeed. I got another question too. In regard, I got something else AEW related. And it just circles around this is the world title, honestly. Everybody's like Swerve is gonna be the next champion. He can make a great champion. You can see this is different. Like you can see him being the champion. But it necessarily just changes when it goes to now carrying the title. You remember, you got carriers. But the AEW, you know, with the guys that they've had with the title, they've kind of been nice to them, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the ring. So I'm not mad at that. But do you think he can really run? And I'm not giving no reason to this. I think he can, but I just have to ask the question. Does everybody feel the same way about Swerve being the AEW champion soon?
Well, I think it's a trial run is what they're possibly setting up for. Because if I'm not mistaken, what All In is in August or September. So to me, that's their WrestleMania, right? And so if you could let Swerve run from this pay-per-view all the way to that one, maybe you build him up into a huge champion, and that'll be a great match for versus Ospreay and in London. And will you hand the title over to Ospreay right there?
And we're going to talk about that. We know that's all going to go gala around. There's so many different things that's going to happen in the next few months in the AEW, between new talent coming in, you know, old talent coming back, you know, people coming from suspension, Kenny Omega, you know, so it's a lot shaping here, man. And like I said, man, Tony Khan, the way you spoke last week in Boston, man, you was on that wave, man. Keep that going, and we're gonna keep watching, man, and supporting you guys at AEW, and we're gonna talk about it.
Tony was on camera this week, bro, with the Young Bucks next to him, man.
Yeah, man. Tony feeling himself, man. Tony, he feels like he's getting to, and it is. There's a lot more things that he needs to do, but overall, it's great.
Yep. All right, man. Tell you what, man, let's hit a quick break here. We'll come back and do some talking about WWE. How about that?
Yeah.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
That's right. We are back, and we're gonna be talking some WWE here. So, our featured athlete today is The Rock, and he did a whole little bit on SmackDown. He got to sing and had a lot of fun. He was in Memphis. You know, he was really feeling himself there. But he brought up the term, nickname now, the final boss.
So,
Now, this is not an original nickname.
nah, we've heard it.
But all of a sudden, he's calling himself the final boss. I guess he's playing up the whole TKO board member thing and the whole boss angle. But what do you think about the final boss?
The final boss, are you going to ring that to the storyline? The final boss means that ultimately, like I said, Cody's going to beat Roman. Is Cody going to fight 3 times out of Mania? That's the question I ask now, because you're talking about final boss, and we kind of see how Rock looks at Reigns, and kind of Reigns is the champion. He's the man right now. But in the storyline, since it's changed, family can't beat family, I guess. We only have to beat who family can't beat at the time. Maybe this is a startle for The Rock kind of trying to get the title one more time. And like you said, he's running the company now. So, damn, you give Cody, he finishes the story, but then the new book comes out and it doesn't start too good. That would still be disappointing because fans are still going to be mad at it. But practically right now, if The Rock did win, nobody's going to be mad. People are going to be booed, but that just brings more people in.
Yeah.
At his age. Cody versus Rock at SummerSlam that's too long. And you gotta remember, Rock is not 27 no more. 28. It's older than that. So why would you stop the storyline? You might as well just keep it going.
I mean, I can see them actually doing that, because I think that's gonna be the exit point from The Rock right there. SummerSlam.
Okay, so you feel like Cody's going to win the title, they're going to boost him, and basically possibly he can hold that title for a year. I mean, Rock is gonna be the he's the TKO primary shareholder owner, so he can kind of do what he wants. But is he gonna put all that time into the WWE now? Probably, because his movies are flopping. Final boss, man. It's giving me vibes, man. That Mania is gonna end crazy. But if you guys are all gonna hold and wait for SummerSlam for this, I guess we'll see what type of storylines they can create.
I think he's right. I think we're gonna see The Rock and Cody at SummerSlam.
Well, let me see what SummerSlam is being held from this year.
I don't know.
Let's see. I'm gonna find out right now. SummerSlam.
But yes, I do think we get Cody over Roman.
Okay. Cleveland is hosting SummerSlam this year.
Oh yeah. Logan Paul announced it at the Brown Stadium. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I think gonna end up happening with that, man. So we saw WWE announce the Bray Wyatt documentary coming out on the WWE Network. I think it's April 1st, if I'm not mistaken. And the little previews I saw, man, look pretty interesting. And he's got his brother out there talking and stuff like that too. I saw JoJo on there too talking. It's gonna be good. WWE does their thing with these documentaries.
Let's see, definitely do. Well, he died. Shout out to Bray. Shout out to the creators and the directors of this documentary or series coming out. Passed away in August, late August of last year.
Yeah.
I gotta stay face though. I understand you grieving, you know what I'm saying, respect his life, all that. I'm never gonna shit on anybody that's passed away or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But a documentary under a year, come on, man, and that means I'm big in Bray Wyatt right now. You have all this happening for him. I mean, he passed away and all this and that, and then just like people in this world that just forgot about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for me, a documentary less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
Me, it's like, what are you grabbing? I mean, you're doing it for the people that love him. I understand that, and that's number one. And I know they mean well at heart, but ultimately,
would you rather see him like getting a Hall of Fame versus his documentary?
I would rather see him in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Hold on, best Hall of Fame. Then I mean, yeah. I mean, no, the Hall of Fame would have been for me. The Hall of Fame would have been a little bit too fast.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
And the biography's fast too. All that's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like boom, boom, boom. The next year, hold on. The peak game next year, they're gonna try to sneak him in the Hall.
Mm-hmm.
When honestly, he's passed away. My condolences go out to his family. But we have so many other different wrestlers that can be talked about. So many other wrestlers that could be Hall of Famers. Bray was an inspiration. Bray did a lot of things now that's being affected in organizations. Bray Wyatt, a top 50 wrestler all time?
Maybe not. Okay, ring work. When I hear wrestler, I hear ring work. That's where my mind goes. If you talk about just overall performer and all that stuff, I still wouldn't give him top 50, but maybe top 50 innovator.
He got a lot of. And one thing about him as a wrestler is the fan. The one thing about wrestling is that if you got the fans, then you gonna be in the best of the scripts and all that stuff. And he did that. But for me, overall, and I don't even want to get to the backstory because some people know how I feel about this Bray in the ring. But we're talking about Bray afterlife. Mm-hmm. I just feel like they can hold on. They can hold this. They can make this all a celebration. You can still celebrate, you know what I'm saying, you know, the life that he had, all this right now. But when you put documentary on top of that, it's like you're grabbing for something.
Hey, we making money out here. That's what it is, okay? It's like always about that money.
But then it's man. It sucks. It sucks. It definitely does, man. So
I mean, when I kind of look at it, this is a check for JoJo and the kids.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe and do all that, you understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like overall, I'm just thinking like people say, "Oh, there's a Kobe documentary and all that stuff." I'm like, dude.
That's totally different.
For me, Kobe's my favorite guy all the time. Yeah. Like, okay, you come out with it, but I'm not watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch it in a few years or something. Like, damn, we still grieving the motherfucker.
Yeah.
We still grieving the motherfucker. It's my point.
I feel you.
And it's crazy. But, you know, and all shout out to it. I'm going to watch it, you know, for purposes because there's a lot of stuff we don't know as fans about Bray, and hopefully they add it into it. Hopefully it's not this long. Like, it pushed in one. And that's another thing, too. Like, have y'all did y'all proper work in this? Is 7 months enough?
Mm. Yeah. I mean, I imagine it's a lot of stuff he was already filming for other purposes or whatever, and so they repurpose a lot of the footage. That's my guess. And hell, they film all the time. You know, WWE Network. So yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch when it comes out. So, Ronda Rousey says she never intends to return to WWE. So I don't know. So I'm kind of thinking like, why are you bitter? What happened with her?
I just think what happened, honestly, and I mean, I heard her documentaries running through the shelves right now, but usually when you tell stories, you know, and your documentaries out, usually get you a few grabs of the book. But Ronda, ultimately, Ronda just felt like, you know, and it could be her being a former UFC fighter. it could just be her just feeling herself like she just felt like she was not only untouchable, but she shouldn't have been touched at all in the WWE. Felt like she could have just lived her whole WWE career undefeated, no scratches, none of that stuff. And I mean, the way she took some things like losing to Liv. Now, for me personally, no disrespect to Liv, but if I lost to Liv Morgan, I'll be heated too. And she took it the best on camera. She took it the best on camera, but I'm like, no, I can't. Like, if you're gonna have me lose, like, okay, I'll lose. I can. It seems good on TV when I lose to a Nia Jax, or I can lose to a rugged opponent like Becky Lynch. Okay. But when I lose the Liv Morgan that's skipping around the ring, like, that's kind of the end of the rope for me. At the end of the day, that's kind of the end of the rope for me. I don't care how much I can wrestle, how much I cannot wrestle, how many headlocks I put people in. This is what y'all signed me up for, right? And then y'all had me lose to Liv Morgan. So ultimately, I think Ronda Rousey is this horrible the way they treated her on the way out. It's how a lot of wrestlers who leave the WWE end up anyway, you know, sour mouth, sour taste in their mouth, in regards to why they left. And I agree, Ronda Rousey should not go back to WWE. Ronda Rousey should have never went to WWE. Ronda Rousey, after UFC, should have just said, this is my life and this is what it is. Because you know why? You don't have to. You're Ronda Rousey. You're in the history books forever. They're going to know you forever, girl. You went to the WWE because you wanted a buzz. You ultimately felt like you lost a little something, you know, after being beat 2 straight times in the UFC. So, yeah, feel bitter, but it's a business. They're not going to keep the strong person alive and up forever. We know this. It's hard for them to do, but it wasn't really hard in the aspect of you, Ronda, because you wasn't giving them no reason to push you as a champion forever because you can't wrestle. That's it.
Well, her promo work was terrible to me.
Yeah, that
was the worst. None of her acting was very good, but. So I'm reading this quote from her. She's calling the I don't know the way WWE is run like nuts, pretty much. She's saying that they can't hold a sword over my head and call me a hostage and hold me hostage with my own career. And I don't need anything from them, and I don't intend on going back. So I can actually say everything I think and feel where everybody else that is still held captive by their organization cannot. So to me, it sounds like in this book, you know, she's giving out some dirt, but it sounds like it's something real behind it. Somebody hurt her or made life extremely difficult for her. And I think it has to be more than just a loss.
It's probably all the girls in the back. There's probably all the ladies and females in the back. Y'all paying her more than us.
Okay.
Charlotte, Becky, y'all paying her more than us. She don't do what we can do. I understand y'all gonna push her because of her resume, but damn, at a certain point, you gotta, like I said, you gotta keep it a business. And I feel like she's probably a little mad at that. She probably didn't have a lot of friends in the locker room. You know, true friend Shayna Baszler, hey, I'm gonna let you beat me and I'm gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. And then it did nothing for Shayna. And Ronda knew that they wasn't doing nothing for Shayna.
Yeah.
So she's like, Shane, I'm going to give you the biggest win of your career. Yeah. And it's still not going to do nothing. So she has some points to what she's saying. But ultimately, you never followed the WWF, WWE before you signed on that dotted line?
And look at it for what it was. It was the bag. You got that bag for a while.
You got that bag, girl. You got that bag. And when people thought that you was a punk and a chump for being beat up in a real sport, you actually, you know, got some love in this sport, man. So I'm gonna read your book, Rhonda. I'm gonna get a digital copy. Try to get some codes on the net, try to make it free, and try to sell to it.
There you go. There you go. I like that.
Shout out to
NXT Trick versus Mello at Stand and Deliver. But what's your thoughts on that, man? Trick versus Mello.
Yes, you need it. You need it. I mean, something to fire for it. You know, Trick's on the high right now. Trick's all over the internet right now. Trick's all over social media right now. He got a gang with him. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
For real,
you know Melo's prepared for this. You know Melo's prepared for this, man. And in regards to the situation, man, this is how brothers should end a rivalry or rekindle a rivalry. You know what I'm saying? With great wrestling, these guys are both great guys. People love them both. It's gonna be great to see, man. It's gonna be great to see.
Yep. I've been down with this this match for a while here. I've been, you know, hoping to see it. So it's good we get the big stage for it. Now, what do you think happens after Stand and Deliver? Both of them. I mean, Melo's already been on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So you think Trick moves up or what?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. And if he moves up, does Melo move up as well, or does they keep Melo there because they had the trial run with him and they feel like he probably ain't ready?
I mean, Melo got SmackDown contract, so he.
So yeah, so in that, I mean, then you can constantly see Trick on Raw. I won't. If he does move up, jump up, they won't be on the same brand.
Okay. Yeah.
He'll be on Raw, and it'll be dope because you'll probably see a couple new champions on Raw. So you know what I'm saying, new Intercontinental champion. You know what I'm saying. So it'll be good to see him go up there. Like Dale said, Chris, he's moved up, but you know he's still in the middle wave. You know they kind of do that with certain wrestlers, and let's see how it ends though.
Yeah, they're kind of playing Braun Breaker similarly to still having him show up on NXT. He's the actual tag team champion on NXT, but he still has matches on SmackDown or whatever. So, you know, hey, they use him everywhere, man.
And I got a question about the NXT because you've seen in the last few years, you've seen wrestlers, you know, from wrestlers that were primed to wrestlers that maybe couldn't get the notch in Raw and SmackDown, move down to NXT. Now, when it was happening, I was thinking like, damn, they really don't fuck with him like that. But then I started to realize like these wrestlers are probably doing it to save face and possibly save their career. I don't know.
Well, initially, I think it started as, hey, man, I'm not using this guy. He's sitting back and catering. Let me use him on NXT. Okay, cool. Still same company. Go ahead down there and go work. And then I think it did something. And the main person I'm thinking about is Finn Balor. It did something for him when he came back. And then he was able to move up in his stick and everything. And so, yeah, you're seeing a lot of wrestlers go back down and recycle themselves. And I think a lot of them, they got pushed up too quickly. Like Apollo Crews is what I'm thinking about, well, probably twice.
Right.
He never really had anything going much his first time around in NXT. Now, his second time around, he had a little bit going, but it wasn't enough, in my opinion. And so now he's back on the main roster, and I think this is his last go-round for me. Right. But it has definitely helped a few different wrestlers, man. We've seen it, for sure.
Definitely, and like you said, we agree on the second point I made, because it's like you do it, and it's like, all right, it's pretty dope to see a wrestler that was on Raw or SmackDown go back down to NXT. You know what I'm saying? Kind of give it like some juice. Yeah. And then you got the guy running in, Shawn Michaels. He's gonna put you in a great position. You know, maybe people like to work for Shawn. You know, and that's why they go. You know, so it's dope. It's pretty dope.
That's true. That could definitely be a good reason too, man. I like the cohesion that they've got going on as a company, because you know, before people leave at NXT, man, and you know, Vince got them and like, put a cowboy hat on. Yeah. And his stage was something totally different.
Put on a rainbow shirt at Mania.
Yeah.
You know, they try to have Finn, they wanted Finn, I was hearing a rumor, they wanted Finn to be like the first like LB GQ wrestler. Like they wanted him to, no, not the first one. They wanted him to be that type of wrestler. I think there was like a discrepancy with like either him and a creative or whatever the case is.
Okay.
So I think that probably ended, like that kind of was around when he ended the WWE first stint and then went back to NXT,
right.
Then jumped back on himself. Maybe they felt like he was dying down, so they wanted to, you know, Vince recreate the character, do something else, and Vince wasn't down with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe wrong. Sorry, Finn.
I do remember like his little his colorful entrance one year at WrestleMania.
At Mania, yeah, they was trying to push. That was the push. That was the semi-push, like trying to have him. I mean, obviously they was doing it. You know, they have when they're in certain cities, they do it for their cause and all that stuff. But then I read in the actual report that they was trying to have him.
I mean, but why? Because you've got guys like that can probably go that way. You know, I'm thinking like the Pretty Deadly and the Velveteen Dream. You know, like they were like looking like already there. You know, if that's the way you want to take it, you already got this.
Exactly. You know, so to have somebody like, it's different. Like to have somebody like, for me, I mean, hey, people will do it. You know, because the cash cow and the money. But for somebody that is not on the block. Yeah, you to tell them like, "Hey, this is what you're gonna do now. You're gonna be on the block." Yeah. Hey, get mad with a person's response. That's kind of a bad way to go, man.
Yeah. So. Look, I've heard from several different wrestlers, like through some interviews, that colorful money is that's some good money. So Rhea Ripley gets a lot of support from that area, and she's like, yeah, I got a lot of fans in this area, you know, and it just is what it is. And I don't know why they gravitated to her. She didn't understand it either, but it's like, hell, I welcome it.
Right. Hey man, take
me this bag. Oh yeah, I understand. Man. So we're getting pretty close to WrestleMania. We did hear The Rock is supposed to be coming to Raw pretty soon. Do you think he's just filling up these dates just to sell out the arenas, or?
I mean, yeah, that too. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that too now because you got to keep them entertaining now. Yeah. Some people are still in their heads that Vince isn't here no more. You may not hear it a lot, you know, from people, you know, because of the reason why Vince is no longer with the company. But there's still a lot of people that's like, well, Vince is not here, man, and it's going to be different. So we have to bring the guys and the girls that kind of been the longtime fans. You know, you got to bring them some nostalgia. Ain't no other nostalgia than The Rock, you know. That's good, you know, and The Rock's schedule is working right now. So keep selling out arenas when you can. You got to sell out a Raw. You can't be selling all these SmackDowns on Friday night. You got to start the day night. You got to start the week off Raw.
Yep.
You know,
Yep, man. Shoot, look, sell them all out, man. I watched the documentary on WWE Legends Razor Ramon. Yeah, I just watched that this week. It was pretty interesting for sure. Now I didn't know how he started out with WCW for the most part, then kind of going out and doing different indie stuff or whatever, and then catching on with WWE. And it's funny just hearing Pritchard says, like, I call Vince up, like, hey, look at this guy. You know, he's and he's talking about watching WCW.
Right, exactly.
Like, we should get this guy when he comes up or whatever. Like, they're scouting, bro. Like,
they're scouting, like, yo, we over here, but we gonna get him soon. Like, the dirty stuff that they used to do back in the day. Both companies, man.
Yep.
You know, it's a dirty business, man. It's a dirty game, and these two guys going at each other competitively. And like you said, Razor, that documentary, I watched a bit of it too. Yeah, man. That dude, people say we spoke about The Rock that's now selling out arenas. This man was the modern day Rock.
Yep.
He was the modern day Rock. Dude basically beat a murder. Was a guy that, you know, had a gift. He wanted to wrestle since he was young. Got into the business, you know, was able to flourish high. And then, you know, success, the way your persona is, you know, you really started living that life.
Yeah.
Didn't really go into the cocaine.
Right.
Really go into that, the drinking, the drugs, and then WCW was the worst place for you to go because you made all your money guaranteed off the top. So that means you could do whatever you want.
Show up on camera messed up, bro. That dude was toe up.
I saw him to an event in Massachusetts, and I think they had it on the documentary.
Yeah,
where he was stumbling, like they literally had to carry him out. They carried him out to the ring. Like that was a local event. Like that wasn't no WWE event, no WCW event. There's a lot of times when you was drunk there, but you was big of a star, so they can kind of hide that.
Yeah,
this is where you're in the bottom of the pit barrel nowhere, where you know as a professional when you hit the bottom of the barrel, they don't give a hell about you.
Yeah,
they're gonna talk about you every day.
You should not have been there
every day. They're gonna clown you every they want. They're gonna Delonte West you, and that's kind of what they was doing to Scott. And surprisingly, happily for one of his closest friends, a person who the reason why he will never forget, the reason why he came up is because of Scott Hall's Diamond Dallas Page, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And he had the click, and the click's his homies and all that, and boom that. But Kevin Nash didn't bring him to the gym. They didn't bring him to yoga and all that to try to do that stuff. They're just friends. They're friends, though. They're his real friends. Yeah. So they're trying to tell him to get out this stuff, do that. But Razor's not listening to nobody. Razor listened to somebody. Razor tried to take the right steps because of somebody. And that somebody was Diamond Dallas Page. Like, finally, Mr. Satisfaction has come back to STWF. And who was that, sir?
Look, that stuff I saw late, where he was just pretty much being exploited. That was heartbreaking, man. That was terribly, terribly heartbreaking. So,
I'm over here tonight, man. People hit me with the Facebook using stuff, man. Listen, man, you gotta watch the dark side of the ring, man.
Yeah, man.
You gotta watch the documentaries there. I think the third segment, I think the third show's out already, but a little review of the second one. The second one was Buff in the Bagwells. Buff Bagwell documentary. Yo, that dude, man, went from, male gigolo to wrestling to being in the NWO, and then he just thought he was the new world order. He got into like 3 car crashes, like man, still here. But the craziest thing, and if you want to put earplugs in, man, because I don't even want to hear this, but I heard it and I gotta tell the world what I heard. Wrestler said he was walking into Buff's room one day, and Buff's sitting with his butt out, basically. His mom is shaving him. His mom was very inspirational in his life. Ashley was on some roles with him in WCW. Basically, she was running. He was basically the family business. Basically, his mom to the point where he was hurt. He was shaving his his mom's was doing.
Damn. Oh, yeah, bro. That's heartbreaking, bro.
I'll do whatever for my baby.
Wow, goodness.
That's it, man. So tap out, man. Watch some Dark Side of the Ring, Rivals, documentaries as well on AAE. They had that Razor one a couple weeks ago. I think this week they had Radio and John Cena as the rivalry portion, and I think they had Jake the Snake.
As
the post up. So if you haven't caught up with biographies of any of those guys, you can catch them on AAE if you have a subscriber network or whatever, or you can, YouTube, man. There's a lot of documentaries on YouTube. So
if there's a will, there's a way. Trust me. For real, man. So, all right, man. You got anything else on your mind?
I don't got anything else, man. But we hitting that point, man, and you gotta get ready, man. The showcase of the Immortals is coming up, man.
Yeah, we'll do a big show, man, and
it's gonna be crazy, man. So we'll schedule a WrestleMania show, man, and if anybody want to come for the thrill and the throwbacks and the memories and the current card that's about to happen in a few weeks, man, chill, man. Oh, one more thing, actually, just quick. I wasn't a fan of the Uso matchup at Mania, but now I'm interested in the matchup at Mania.
Okay.
Now I'm interested for it.
All right, so this promo did it on face to face.
The promo did it a little bit, yeah. I hope No Yeet wins.
You going for the big brother? What?
Hell yeah.
It's hating behind, man. I can't stand that dude.
Man, definitely.
Damn Jimmy, man. Yeah. Look, man, I'm still hopeful for maybe just like a cross-branded kind of promotion thing or something, or if WWE would do like an indie kind of wrestling thing, Mae Young Classic, Cruiserweight Classic, something like that. I missed that because that was those couple summers or whatever, man. That was lit.
Yeah, fire. Fire, man. Got to bring that content, man. It's sad, man, that soon enough, all the WWE content gonna be gone.
Yeah, it was like the early ages of the network, bro. That stuff was lit, bro.
Catch it, man. I gotta catch it, man. Catch the network before it catches you, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, man. Let's wrap this thing up. We will see y'all next week. We're gonna be talking some more wrestling for sure. Let's go, man. Kenny, take us out, baby.
Sir.
Must bid you two goodbye. Mwah. Good night. Bang! Yes!
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.